Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on today's video? We have for you two clips of the same teacher. This is a TikTok video that that's the platform for them to not only signal their virtue, but also to get ideas from each other. This is a teacher who is going to explain to the world what type of stuff she teaches in her class. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what it is. It's the usual type of ideology. Gone are the days when we teach the 3 R's, things like reading, writing, arithmetic, and so on. It's been replaced with this new woke orthodoxy. Now, quick disclaimer, if you are part of the alphabet community, that's fine. If you are attracted to the same gender as yourself, that's fine. The point is, this type of stuff being taught, especially to young children, is, in my opinion, highly inappropriate. They don't need to know about things like this. They don't need to engage in things like this. They can make their own minds up, in my opinion, when they're old enough and the time is right. So we're going to get into this now. We're going to see. I mean, look, they just don't stop, do they? You'd think that they would reach a point with everything that's going on, high profile, that they would just stop or cool it down a little bit. But they don't, because it's not just a belief for them. Okay, woke orthodoxy is a way of life for them. Okay, and it is no coincidence that they are all congregated in high numbers in the public education system. So we'll jump into this video now, but if you haven't yet, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video around. We do have now a membership option where you can, for the price of a cup of coffee once a month, you can become a member of the Hoggcast and get some cool little upgrades, some emojis and badges and things like that. So that's a way for you to help the underdog. Okay, let's go. Okay, so first clip, we're going to watch through what she has to say, 1.5 minutes. After that, we will go back, we'll play it again, and I will stop it intermittently to make the points that I feel I need to make.
Well, my friends, it is June, which means it's Pride Month. That is a month that we celebrate all the incredible people who are members of the LGBTQIA+ community. You might say, that's a lot of letters. What do all those mean? We're going to spend time this month learning about the history of the LGBTQ+ community. We're going to learn about amazing individuals who have made this community better and who have stood up for our rights. We're going to learn about what you can do as an ally to help support those members as well. Pride is a celebration. It is a month-long time for us to remember all of the incredible people who have made an impact on the world, who are members of the LGBTQIA+ community. However, it's also a time that we need to be aware and know throughout history, not everyone has been kind, and there's been a lot of discrimination and homophobia towards members of the LGBTQ community. This is a month so that we can take action. We can show that we are actively working to make the world a safer, kinder, and better place for all members of the LGBTQ+ community. Black and brown trans women are the ones who made our rights possible. If you are questioning,
That has to be one of the most unfactual statements I have ever heard.
Unsure of your gender identity, your sexual orientation, you are welcome here.
Okay, so we'll go back and watch it again. I'll stop it intermittently and I will make the points I feel I need to make. Sorry about that interjection a moment ago, but it was just such a bold-faced lie that I needed to open my mouth. Okay, let's go.
It is June, which means it's Pride Month. That is a month that we celebrate all the incredible people who are members of the LGBTQIA+ community. You might say, that's a lot of letters.
So IA+, these are letters that have been added on. You notice that it continues to add letters, just keeps going. It'll eventually encompass everything except you and me. That isn't inclusivity. That is exclusivity. You're not including people, you are excluding people. If you have a way of life, which is what it is, a religion even, the woke religion, and it encompasses everyone except one group of people, that's not inclusive, that's exclusive.
What do all those mean? We're going to spend time this month learning about the history of the LGBTQ plus community. We're going to learn about amazing individuals who have made this community better and who have stood up for our rights. We're going to learn about
And what about our rights? What about our rights? I mean, just look at what that says on her t-shirt there. You notice they had a straight pride event. They've had numerous straight pride events in which these same people who say it's okay for you to express, it's okay for anyone to express their preferences, these same people turn up to straight pride events and they crash it and they try and destroy it. You see what I mean? It's not about inclusivity. That's the mask they use to impose their ideology, not just on you. They've given up trying with you. If you're a conservative, they've given up trying with you. They are aiming at your kids now. They see your family as easier to indoctrinate.
you can do as an ally to help support those members as well. Pride is a celebration. It is a month-long time for us to remember all of the incredible people who have made an impact on the world, who are members of the LGBTQIA+ community.
Now, if it was just about that, that would be great. 1 month a year. I mean, most other people get a day, right? And you've got to be someone who is renowned through history just to get a day. You know, like Jesus, for example. Jesus has a day. Pride has a whole month. But it's more than that, right? Because we hear about it and it's pushed on us every day of the year. And it just reaches a point where it feels to me like we've been in Pride Month for the last 4 years. That's what it feels like to me, having to live in modern society, having to live in the world we find ourselves in today.
However, it's also a time that we need to be aware and know throughout history, not everyone has been kind, and there's been a lot of discrimination and towards members of the LGBTQ community. This is a month.
Historically speaking, has there been? Yes. There's still that type of thing in certain parts of the world, but you are compensating. In my opinion, you are overcompensating. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Look at what I mentioned earlier about the straight pride event, how it keeps getting crashed and the people who attend keep getting attacked, and so on and so on. Okay, that is an overcompensation. Okay, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
So that we can take action. We can show that we are actively working to make the world a safer, kinder, and better place for all members of the LGBTQ+ community.
And what about people who aren't a part of that community? What about us? What about our rights? You notice that our rights never seem to get taken into account. Okay.
Black and brown trans women are the ones who made our rights possible. If you are questioning, if you are unsure of your gender identity, your sexual orientation, you are welcome here.
And remember, this is aimed at she is a teacher of grade 3. She's a grade 3 teacher, 3rd grade. We don't call them grades in Britain, but it's equivalent to being... Ours is like a year 2. We go through reception, which is like your kindergarten, then we go to year 2. I mean, when I was growing up, and that wasn't long ago, the late 90s, we didn't even talk about any of this stuff until we got to secondary school. Because you need to be old enough before you can understand this type of stuff. Otherwise, it will just be pumped into your brain as if it's orthodoxy. And that's a concern. And in my own opinion, it's just my opinion, that's why it's getting ever younger. It's being pushed on people who are ever younger. Anyway, look, let's move on. Okay, so this is the second clip. She's now going to tell us about the type of books that she pushes onto the children in the 3rd grade class. I'm gonna mute it because it's got music over it, and you know you can get weird with a copyright and things like that. But look, you can read it on the screen here, and look, it is full on, in my opinion, ideologically driven books. These aren't books that have a moral to the story. These aren't books that have like, for example, when I was growing up, you always remember hearing about The Boy Who Cried Wolf. I read a book. So many books that are based on those old morals, moral driven stories that are written in a way that young people will understand, and it builds a foundation for who they'll be as an adult. Okay, I think that's what they're going for here, but it's just not being done in the same way. 3rd graders don't, in my opinion, don't need this stuff foisted on them. When they come of age, if they decide that they are a person who is attracted to the same gender as them, fine, so be it. But this stuff doesn't need to be pushed. You notice that there's no straight, but there are no books that are specifically designed to push being straight. Have you noticed that? Because you don't have to push your preferences on anyone, okay? The only people who push things on people are people who have an angle, in my opinion. And the woke orthodoxy, you don't need me to tell you, has a legit angle they are pushing. But look, I thought I would share this with you. It just concerns me more and more how more letters are being added on to the alphabet. Every single... I don't mean the actual alphabet, I mean the alphabet community. They add letters, even symbols, and the plus now. We've got the plus, okay? Meanwhile, at the same time, they're the same people who turn up to straight pride events and just destroy it. We've seen one, we saw, I think it was in Seattle, wasn't it? Or Portland, one or the other. But then again, you should know not to go to places like that to have an event, because you know that the people who have made it their permanent base of protest would just descend on you. Okay, they would just descend on you because they have evil in their hearts. That's why they're protesting all the time, even though they are well fed, they are well taken cared for, and they are chipping away at the rights, and even they are chipping away at the country itself that gave them all of these rights. That's not enough for them, because they're looking outwards to get inner peace. Whereas the problem, in my opinion, is they have turmoil in themselves. They have confusion in themselves, okay? And they're looking outside themselves to fill that void. When they need to do a bit of meditation, look in. You don't have to be, despite what Hollywood movies say, don't have to be kung fu to meditate, okay? And you might find the answer within yourself. But I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is a worrying trend. We're seeing it happen quite a lot. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the Hoggcast. Hit the notification bell. Share this video around. That's important because we are deboosted. We don't get recommended anymore. We are conservative commentators. That would be great if you could do that. We do have now a membership scheme to the coffee club for a cost of a cup of coffee once a month. You can support the Hoggcast. We are the underdogs. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.